What's good, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Now I'm gonna be honest, um, and I'm very honest when it comes to my New York Giants. Um, we're not good. I'm not saying that we're not good, but we're just not good against good competition. You know what I'm saying? Um, okay, so let's start. Let's start with week one, right? Let's start with week one. Week one was a total disaster, right? Um, Week one was a total disaster. Now, I know good teams when I face them, or when we face good teams. Like it's bad enough that we have to beat bad teams to make ourselves feel good, but we cannot, for some reason, we cannot beat good competition, which sucks. Because I want my Giants to be the best of the best. I want my Giants to face the best of the best. I want the Giants to go out there and put four good quarters together, not play sloppy the first two quarters and come back the next two or the last two quarters. That's not a winning recipe at all. Like if you look back at 2011, we were dead last in the league at rushing the ball. A lot of people complain about that. Oh, like you're going to force Eli to throw 30 to 41 times. And as soon as we went to the playoffs, we turned it up, like against the Falcons, who obviously are not ideal outside, you know, team. They they play pretty well inside the dome. They're not really if you take the Falcons out the dome, they don't necessarily play up to par. But if the Falcons are in their house, sometimes, not all the times, they're pretty much good. They're pretty much good. Um, so the way I see it is, like I said, the Giants gonna have to put four good quarters together to beat this team. You cannot let what happened Sunday do it again. Because if you down 17-0 against the 49ers, best believe the 49ers are not going to hold back at all. Um, the 49ers are not going to hold back whatsoever. So I'm going to be watching this video. Y'all can watch it along. I can't show it due to copyright. See, I'm live right now. So, yeah. Let me see. Okay, so we're going to do ESPN and see what they have to say.
Lions, Niners. I know. What's the play here?
And Stephen A., if you could do me a favor and cover her ears for just a minute. I don't think she's going to want to hear this, but I think it's the Niners in an absolute blowout tonight. Something people don't realize, this Niner team has been deadly during the regular...
See what I say? He took the words right out of my mouth. I didn't even have to say anything. Okay, so the New York Giants let's backtrack a little bit, right? So the New York Giants faced the Cowboys week one. Total blowout, right? They came to Arizona. They were down 20-0, right? Actually 17-0. And then they kicked the field goal. So basically it was 20-0, right? Everybody was, again, trying to ride off the team like this team is tanking. The play calling was the difference between halftime. I don't know who was calling the plays before, and I'm pretty sure it was Mike Kefka, because I don't think Brian Dable, if you go back and look at his Buffalo games, Josh Allen was airing the ball out tremendously. He was airing that thing out. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at Mike Kefka's plays, it's all about, trickery and reverse handoffs and dink and dunks. But if you look at Brian Dable's playbook, it's more up tempo, it's more down the field stuff, So are the Giants going to go back to what was working for them Sunday, or are they just going to go back to that vanilla offense that we saw Sunday night against Dallas? If that's the case, then they're going to get blown out again. But if Brian Daboll calls the plays from here on out, you're going to see a totally different team. You're going to see a totally different team. All right? So, obviously, they came back, 20 unanswered points, and won the game. Congratulations. But it was against the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cardinals are tanking right now, okay? But you get any win while it's there. Wins in the NFL don't come easy. It does, but obviously when you're facing bad teams, it comes easy. When you're facing bad teams, or when you're facing bad teams like the Cardinals, it comes easy. But when you're facing good teams like the 49ers, the Cowboys, it doesn't come easy. So that's why I said the Giants are able to beat this team. The Giants are going to have to put 4 good quarters together. They can't let what happened Sunday happen tonight. Because if they're down, they're going to be more. If the Giants come out with that same intensity like they did against the Arizona Cardinals, they're going to lose this game. It may not even be 20-0. It might be 31-0. So that's why I said the Giants have to go out there and put 4 good quarters together. They have to run the ball. They have to throw the ball. They have to do everything in their power. And we've had success against the 49ers, postseason, regular season. So it's not like, the 49ers and the Giants are not, familiar with one another. They had some legendary battles in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, So in order for the Giants to win, they're going to have to air it out. Take a playbook out of the LA Rams. The LA Rams scored 27 points on their defense. Daniel Jones have the arm strength to throw it. His receivers and his offensive line his offensive line just has to give him time to throw. But if they do that, then he's good. Andrew Thomas is out again. Wan'Dale Robinson is out. Saquon Barkley is questionable, but he's ruled out. So I said the Giants are going to put up 17 points. That's the best that I think that's the best that they can do. Now, if they do score more than 17 points, kudos to them. But people have to understand, when you're facing a very good defense like the 49ers, they don't have any errors. Outside of their secondary, it's a little bit questionable, but their front 4 and their linebackers are solid A+. They kind of banged up. They kind of a little bit, they kind of are a little bit soft in the secondary. But they got some young studs in the linebacker position, and they got Bosa. They got some good players in that defense. And if Brandon Ayuk plays, that's another target for Brock Purdy to throw to. But if not, he could go to his rookie or his tight end Kittles, which we have struggled against tight ends this year. Dallas and Ferguson, Hurts with the Arizona Cardinals, and now we're facing Kittle, who's probably the best tight end behind Travis Kelce. But we have a good tight end in Waller, but he's not really. I'm not saying that he's productive, but he has to do more. You know, he has to have that 100 yards, 120, 130, 2 touchdowns performance type, you know? But yeah.
Season, they won.
I've been telling you guys for months to claim this. Time to make our entrance. Enjoy the show.
Giants, Niners. I know. What's the play here?
And Stephen A., if you can do me a favor and cover her ears for just a minute. I don't think she's going to want to hear this, but I think it's the Niners in an absolute blowout.
They're not going to blow the Giants out. I hope not. I mean, if the Giants' defensive side can handle their own, it's going to be a very close game. You know, it's going to be a very close game. But I don't think there's going to be any blowouts. You know, I mean, the NFL rarely have any blowouts. You know, but it was week 1. You know, I mean, I always say that week 1 is like, you know, expected, unexpected. You know, like you're gonna have teams that's either gonna get blown out or shootouts. There's gonna be a lot of shootouts. There's gonna be a lot of blowouts in week 1. You know, week 1 is unpredictable. You know, like I thought the Patriots was gonna beat the Eagles week 1. That didn't happen. You know, I mean, I did pick the Lions to upset the Chiefs, so that did happen. But you know, it is what it is.
Tonight. Something people don't realize, this Niner team has been deadly during the regular season. They've won 12 straight regular season games by an average of 15 points per game. 8 of those 12 wins have come by double digits.
I mean, guys, the Giants are an underdog in this game, right?
Giants team that didn't score a single point through the first 6 quarters of the season. They needed the worst team in football to melt down in the second half to give them that win. No Saquon Barkley. They're down 2 starters on their offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, the way he put that all together is like, damn. Andrew Thomas is still out. We're gonna heavily have to rely on Neal. You know, we're starting 2 rookies. Saquon Barkley's out, and you know the conspiracy theory around Barkley, right? When Barkley is out of the lineup, Jones shrinks. When Barkley is in the lineup, he progresses. So we'll see. You know, we'll see who needs who. You know, because if it was the other way around, running backs can handle their own. You know, though the only thing the quarterback asked for in a running back is either 2 things. Actually, 1 thing: pass protection. Because a lot of running backs are going to have to do pass protections. As great as AP was, Antonio Peterson, he wasn't really good of a pass protector, you know. So he's improving on. He's improved in that area, Saquon Barkley. But I mean, yeah, the way that he pieced that whole thing together, we're gonna be in a shootout. You know, the Giants are going to have to air it out 40 times, 31 times to keep up with this offense. This offense is loaded. The 49ers offense is loaded. You know, because if they can score, their offense can score on our defense. There's no mistake about it. And I don't want Giants fans to go out their way and try to debate this, because it's not debatable. The 49ers offense can run through this Giants defense, because the Giants cannot seem to stop the run. You know, Pollard destroyed us. Connor destroyed us. And what you think Christian McCaffrey is going to do? He's just going to sit there and sip tea? No, he's going to – boy, we're going to have to stop the run. Stop the run. Make Brock Purdy make mistakes that he's not known to. You know, it's on the road. Like I've been trying to tell y'all, when the Giants are on the road, that's when they're more deadly. When they're on the road, that's when they show their true colors. Shout out to Phil Collins. If you know the song True Colors by Phil Collins, then you understand what I mean. But yeah, The Giants are more deadly when they're on the road. When they're at home, they feel more relaxed, which is a bad thing, you know. But when they're on the road, like they did against the Arizona Cardinals, you know, when they're at home against the Cowboys, they were too relaxed. When they were on the road, you saw their true colors. They're on the road again. I'm not saying that the Giants are going to win this game, but I think the Giants are going to keep it close. I think it's going to be like 17-31, not really a blowout like he said. But yeah, I have the 49ers winning 31-17. So yeah.
No Saquon Barkley. They're down 2 starters on their offense.
Like the teams I know the Giants can beat, I know the Giants can beat the Jets. Okay? So that's 2 wins, right? So I'm just going to name the teams that I know the Giants can beat. The Giants can beat the Oakland Raiders. The Giants can beat the Packers, right? The Giants can beat the Jets, right? And that's basically it. Oh, and the Saints. Outside of that, I don't see the Giants winning another game. Now, as far as our division goes, I think we're going to get swept by Philly, and I think we're going to split the series between Dallas and Washington. I don't think Dallas is going to sweep us, but I do think Washington, we're going to split the series with Washington. But who knows? Washington might return the favor for what they did to us, for what we did to them last year. You know, we swept them under the rug, so they might return the favor this year. They're playing very great. You know, I mean, you can't take anything from Washington. You know, they were saying that which one was more impressive, the Washington coming back from the Broncos or the Giants coming back from the Cardinals. For me, like Denver is a Super Bowl playoff team. So for Washington to be in a shootout like they did, which they have the offensive weapons to do so. They have a good running game. They have a good duo. They have a good duo. And Robinson, I forgot the other dude's name. They got receivers. They got a good tight end, and they got a good defense. And now they have a good quarterback, which obviously they're going to have film on him. And the next thing you know, he's going to start playing garbage, because that's how it always is. When you have a backup quarterback, teams don't necessarily do film on him, So we didn't know what to expect out of the Washington, because we thought Tyler Heineke was it because of what he did in the bubble. He turned out to be nothing, So Washington is going to get these under the radar, nobody's doing their homework on quarterbacks. And then once you give them a year underneath their belt, they start to break down, Same thing with Kirk Cousins, When Kirk Cousins took over for RG3, nobody really knew who he was. He had a 3-2 start or a 4-2 start. People have film on him, and he started breaking down. So, yeah.
No Saquon Barkley. They're down 2 starters on their offensive line. I think the Niners roll here tonight.
I'm so sorry, but I have to agree with you. I know
You act like I thought the Giants were going to do something when...
You always think the Giants are going to do something.
Saquon's hurt. Saquon's got an ankle.
You'll still find a reason to be hopeful when it comes to Giants. Maybe not anything else, but you always find a reason to be hopeful with the Giants.
I'm not delusional.
Okay. Well, with the Giants,
Arguably the best team in the NFC.
I have ample evidence over the years of you being delusional when it comes to the Giants.
Right. Be sure to check out Joe's radio show, Carlin versus Joe, today at 12, where I hear they have a special guest. Stephen A?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm heading about
We only look the biggest
That's it?
this season on the offense.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so that was just a little clip from ESPN. Not ESPN, First Take. But yeah, like I said, man, if the Giants want to upset the world, shock the world, if you say, I mean, I can see it happening. I really can. Nobody's really picking us. You know, that's the way the Giants like it. Now, again, when Saquon Barkley, there was a statistic. When Saquon Barkley is with Daniel Jones, they're plus 1,200, right? When you take Saquon Barkley out of the lineup, they're negative 1,200 or they're negative 1,300. So we'll see. You know, like I said in my other video, Eric Gray, that was the name I was trying to think of. Eric Gray, you got Brightwell, and you got Matt Breida. Not the best of running backs, but you know they're gonna alter them throughout the game. You know, Brightwell's gonna get some touches. Eric Gray is gonna get some touches. You know, they're gonna rotate around. It's not just gonna be, you know, Matt Breida going against his former team, which I don't expect him to do much because he's up there in age. You know, because he played for the 49ers one time before. So, but yeah, if the Giants want to have a consistent ground game, they're going to have to manage, or they're going to have to get all three of those running backs involved. The passing game, it relies on the offensive line. You know, if we saw the offensive line, it depends on which offensive line shows up. If it was the offensive line against the Cowboys, we're going to get blown up. If it was the offensive line against the Arizona Cardinals, we can stick with them. You know, point for point. You know, so it boils down to the offensive line. You know. I know a lot of people want to, you know, write the X's and O's and stuff, but it really boils down to the play calling and the offensive line. You know, the running back is going to take care of itself. You know, the quarterback, all they got to do is just hand the running back off, or hand the ball to the running back and let the running back do his thing. You know, but then again, that comes with the offensive line. The offensive line has to create holes. You know. You know, it's kind of like a point guard, where a point guard can create its own shot. It's the same thing with the running back. You know, like if the lane is not there, he can, you know, bounce it outside, or he can reverse, or he could spin, or he could juke, whatever, and get some extra yards. But running by committee, you have to run where the hole is. You know what I'm saying? Design plays. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's going to be a fun game. If I can't watch it, because I'm gonna broadcast it tonight, but if it's not on Fox, then I'm just gonna have to go. I'm just gonna have to go to the bar and watch it there. You know, because I did watch Philly and Vikings Thursday night football. I was at a bar downtown Miami, so. The reason why I couldn't really go live is because they was playing music in the background, you know. So I'm gonna go there tonight again if it doesn't show on Fox, because that's the only reason why I couldn't really, you know, go live. I was gonna go live, but you know, I was not trying to get, you know, copyrighted by the music. So, but yeah. I'm looking forward tonight. I don't want to hear no excuses. If the 49ers come out with the same mindset, same intensity, this is going to be a good game. Or if the Giants do this, if the Giants come out with the same exact intensity, it's going to be a good game. But like I said, man, the Giants cannot do what they did against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are not the 49ers, you know. But again, the 49ers' weakness is their secondary. If we can attack the secondary, we have a shot. I'm not bashing my Giants. I love my Giants, but Giants fans got to know when you're facing good competition. When you're facing bad competition, it shows your true color. When you're facing good competition, it really shows your true color. You know what game remind me what Daniel Jones did against the Cardinals? The Vikings. Because everybody knew the Vikings' defense was piss poor. The offense was the only reason why the Vikings was in those games last year. And it's showing its true colors again. Look, the Vikings are 0-2 right now. We could have been in the same boat, but obviously we're not the Vikings, you know? So, and then when Daniel Jones went to go face Philly, you saw how it isn't easy to score the way he did against the Vikings. Why? Because the Eagles are more disciplined. They have more balance on the defensive side. Like we saw Daniel Jones running left, right, middle. Like he was, doing read option, throwing it. He was doing all sorts of. He was doing all kinds of stuff. But as soon as we play the Eagles, all that crap went out the window. All that crap went out the window. He couldn't do the things that he did against the Vikings. Why? Again, Philly was more dominant up front. They had good edge rushers. They got good corners. That's what the Vikings lacked. Okay? So, again, if the Giants want to upset the 49ers, because I looked at the play, not the play sheet. I looked at I looked at the panel. Everybody picked the 49ers. Everybody picked the 49ers. And not one single person picked the Giants, which, again, the Giants like it that way. They like to be underdog. They don't want to be favored. When the Giants are favored, they lose. When they're underdog, that's when they win a lot of games. They're not expected to win. Proof is in the pudding. I don't know how much proof you need, Like, take my word for it. I said we was going to lose against the Cowboys. We did. I ain't said we was going to get blown out, but I just said we was going to lose. I did say we was going to lose against the Cardinals because I just didn't feel like the Giants was up to par, But they made a fool out of me. I had to eat it like a crow. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But if I make the same mistake twice and say, the Giants are going to come on here and make a statement and put their, foot forward and do this and do that, it is what it is. If they shock the world, it wouldn't shock me, outside of the 49ers, I think that's probably going to be one of those trap games, like where the Giants are not super favored to win, but they come out here with a statement. The running game is going. The passing game is going. The 49ers is sweet 2-0. Like, where did I see this before, right? Flashback to 2011, right? When Carlos Rogers was mocking Victor Cruz with a salsa dance, and that was like, I believe that was like week 11 or week 10 or week 13. And as soon as we faced him in the playoffs, Victor Cruz got his revenge. So the 49ers and the Giants have a very historic history. Very historic history. So we will see tonight. And I don't come on here bashing other players. I really don't. That's just a waste of time, But we'll see. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other. And I will switch the thumbnail because I can't do it on here because it's too small for some odd reason. So I'm just going to have to do it on my phone. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.